Buying the wrong type of detached home will be the worst financial decision of your life. If you're a first-time home buyer wondering what types of homes to avoid, this video is for you. There are particular homes that can drain your finances, cause endless headaches, and leave you full of regret. In today's video, I want to walk you through some of these detached homes you should avoid. My goal is to help you avoid costly mistakes and help you make an informed and educated decision that you're happy with. Before we dive in, if you like today's content, my only ask is that you hit the like button and subscribe button so we can keep spreading the good work we're doing here. If you want to book a meeting with my team and I, all you have to do is click the first link in the description below. The first type of home that you should avoid buying is a home either on a main road, one backing onto a highway, or near a power line. When you're comparing a home that's listed on a main road to a home that's located in a cul-de-sac or on a side road, you'll notice one of two things. These homes on the main road usually are listed for a lot longer, and the second thing is they're usually about $50,000 to $100,000 cheaper in price. But not only that, if you're parents of young children, ask yourself the question, would you feel comfortable living on a home near the highway, but more importantly, letting your children play in the front driveway? One of the first homes my parents bought here in Abbotsford was a detached home on a main road. And I have a younger brother who's about a couple of years younger than me, and when he was about 3 to 4 years old, we were playing in the front driveway, and he had a ball that he accidentally kicked onto the main road that he ran after. Luckily for him, I was playing there with him, and I ran after him, picked him up, and brought him back into our driveway before he could have gotten hurt. The second type of home is those that back onto a highway. You can change the paint color, do renovations, but you can never get rid of the constant loud noise that is going to be passing by your house at all times of the day. It's even worse when you have loud semi-trucks going back and forth behind your home. The last one is homes near power lines. It's not scientifically proven, but a lot of people believe that these power lines can cause significant health issues. The second thing is, God forbid, if there's a bad storm or something happens to those power lines and they need immediate damage. And if you're people that live near them, this could significantly damage your home or impact your quality of living. With each of these homes on a main road or a highway or near a power line, you're going to have to put up with a constant loud noise, but more importantly, it's going to impact the resale value of your home. So if you're a family planning on living in a home for the next 20 to 25 years, isn't it better to buy a home in a better location? The second thing is homes in high density or changing neighborhoods. Let's talk about my local market here in Abbotsford. If you look at the map on the screen, these are homes around Mill Lake in central Abbotsford. Right now, we're going through updates in our official community plan, but what's happening here in particular with detached homes are a lot of these older homes are being bought up where people want to demolish and rebuild them. Not only that, you have a lot more construction of multifamily homes, which is for resale and rentals. The negative nature of buying a home in this area is you're going to have neighbors that are renters, people constantly moving in and out of these homes. You're going to have to put up with constant construction noise and more crime. Not only that, but we're also noticing there are a lot more homeless people in this area, and property crime is also going up. Number 3. Homes in a flood zone. Even if your home hasn't flooded, why take the risk? Even in Abbotsford, there are certain pockets where homes are located in flood zones, and this makes it harder for some of these owners to get home insurance, or they pay higher premiums. Number 4, avoid flipped homes. And this is what I mean. What happens here? This is what I mean. Sometimes you have people that are thinking about making a quick buck, and what they do is they buy an older home that needs a lot of repairs, and they buy it and do a quick renovation where they're not doing high quality work, but it's a quick lipstick job, and they don't do a thorough job, and they put this home back on the market. What happens in these scenarios, folks, is one of the most common types of updates you'll see to these homes are updates to the kitchen. They'll change some of the vanities, leaving the original bathtub, plumbing and whatnot, the original roof, windows, and more importantly, they'll put a suite downstairs. When I'm talking about flip properties, I'm not talking about those folks that own construction companies and they do 1 or 2 flips a year where they do quality work, but I'm talking about small mom and pop investors where they buy a home. It might be one of their first fix and flips that they're doing. But I've shown enough of these homes to clients where they agree agreed that the quality of work, it's not there. Or if the seller was going to do these renovations, why didn't they also do the other things? Or the other thing is they make changes to the floor plan that no longer make sense or make the home appealing. Number 5, homes with bad or awkward driveways. This happens a lot as well. Here in Abbotsford, especially if you're buying a home in East Abbotsford, you'll notice because you're on the mountainside, you'll find a lot of driveways that are either sloping up or in the rare case, you have a long driveway that's sloping down. Just recently, I'm not going to share the full property address. I was showing a client a home here in Abbotsford that he really liked, but the main problem with this home was there was a long sloping driveway going down. And what happened was it was a narrow pathway, but this driveway was shared by two other homes. It was also really challenging getting your car back out. My client really liked the house, but after he saw it, he realized this wasn't the home for him. When I'm working with sellers for a property they have listed, this is one of the most common feedbacks they'll get regarding their driveway. So if you are thinking about buying the right detached home here in the Fraser Valley, please make sure it's not a sloping driveway that goes up or 2 down. Number 6, homes with bad floor plans. This is what I mean. If you're looking at a detached home, let's just call it split entry, one of the things that you want to avoid is buying a home that only has 2 bedrooms on the main floor and 2 bedrooms in the basement. What happens is most people usually need 3 or 4 bedrooms. And what happens in this case is people will start to utilize one or both of the bedrooms in the basement area. And this leaves you without a potential basement suite. A lot of first-time home buyers now need a suite to help support them with their monthly mortgage payments. The last thing about this is avoid homes with weird alterations. Or the last thing is you don't want to buy a home where you can't easily put a suite in there. There are certain homes in all markets where it's a beautiful 2-story home where the sellers bought it 15-20 years ago for $300,000 to $400,000, but now when you're buying a detached home that's worth $1.1 or $1.2 million, a lot of people need a suite. It's a requirement in their pre-approval. So if it's not easily suitable, don't buy it. Number 7, homes near fire stations and schools. If you own a home next to the fire station, one of the things that you'll have to put up constantly is with sirens. These are trucks that are leaving the fire hall for an emergency. The other thing is if you live next to a school, you're going to have traffic there 5 days out of the week and importantly 9 months out of the year. You're going to have morning drop-off traffic and in the afternoon. So if you're a local neighbor, it can be very hard getting in and out of your home at these times. Number 8, avoid homes with older roofs or outdated plumbing. Recently, I had a buyer that purchased a home that had poly B plumbing. One of the subjects that we put in all of my clients that are looking to buy a detached home is getting approval for fire and home insurance. And before removing subjects, my client actually talked to his insurance advisor. The insurance broker told my clients that they are able to get home insurance, but the insurance broker made it very clear to my clients that if there is a potential water leak or a claim made by my clients, they will have to update all of the plumbing before they're able to get insurance on the home. The same thing goes with the home roof. So if you're buying a home where the roof is getting close to its lifeline, this is one thing that you need to factor in with getting home insurance, but more importantly, replacement cost as well. Number 9, single-story homes that are ranchers. Right now, you can buy a single-story rancher home without a basement or a secondary living space below anywhere between $950,000 to $1,050,000 here in Abbotsford. But at the same time, you can buy a 2-story home or a rancher with a basement for $1,050,000 to $1.1. If you're a young family that needs more living space or you need a basement suite, avoid these property types. Where it might make sense to buy a rancher single-story home is for those folks that are downsizing. But if you're someone that is spending close to $1 million, $1.1 or $1.2 million, you might want to look at either a 2-story home or a rancher with a basement where you can either utilize the living space downstairs or down the road add a secondary suite. The last one is avoid ex grow-ups. These are homes where there has been a marijuana grow-up and it can be very hard to get financing. Right now, the only banks that provide approval for these types of homes are credit unions or some conventional banks if you've been a long-term client. But not only that, sometimes these lenders will require you to do a larger down payment where where you're either doing 25 or 30% of a down payment. But more importantly, what happens is, when you buy this home today, it impacts the resale value of the property big time. When you go to list your house in the future, people that are pre-approved through conventional banks won't even want to take a look at your house, and your home's going to sit on the market longer and longer, and your home will sell at a lower sale price in comparison to those homes that are not a former grow up. You don't need to know everything about buying a detached home, but you need to understand the basics so you can make an informed and educated decision. My final advice is work with the right real estate team like myself, where we're helping clients daily or weekly with the purchase of their detached home, but we can give you all that information you need to make a well-informed decision. The second thing is get a home inspection done when you're buying a detached home. Spend the $500-$600 now to discover any structural issues with the home or anything else that you might not have noticed. If you're still looking for the best deals for detached homes here in Abbotsford or the Fraser Valley, then you need to click the video on the side, because I'm going to walk you through ways where you can save thousands and thousands of dollars on your next purchase. If you find today's content valuable, please go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe button. I'm Dhindsa, and I'll see you next week.